You're listening to the Mind Over Finger podcast, episode number 183. Welcome to the Mind Over Finger podcast, where we dive into the world of mindful music making, peak performance, and crafting a purpose-driven life and career. I'm your host, violinist, certified performance and life coach for musicians, and your guide to unlocking your full potential, Dr. Gauthier. Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing great as you're tuning into this episode. This one is directly inspired by a DM one listener sent me asking if I was having a Black Friday sales on my programs, Practicing for Peak Performance and the Performance Anxiety Solution. And you know what? I thought it was a great idea. Yes, let's do this. As you're listening, I have an awesome Black Friday sales event going on for you. So stay tuned for all the details on this incredible offer that I've crafted for you. I'm really proud of those programs. I know that they work and that they're going to help you transform how you perform. And I wanted to get the transformation started right away in this episode by covering the 3 main mistakes I see musicians make in their performance preparation and how we can solve them. With the new year almost here, many of you I know are revving up to finish strong and dive into fresh goals. I get it. You're hungry for that push to take things up a notch and achieve more. I'm with you. And that's precisely what I've got lined up for you in this episode. I'm here to dish out the insights and tools that are going to help you finish this year strong and kickstart the upcoming year into something truly remarkable. And by the way, no need to take notes. Click the link in the show notes to grab the summary and transcript of this episode. Okay, let's dive right in. I hear from many of you about the obstacles you experience. You're feeling stuck. You're not seeing the progress you'd hoped for, or you feel like you're hitting a wall with auditions, that you're out of the game. Trust me, you're in very good company. So many musicians face these roadblocks, feeling the frustration of not reaching the desired goals or performing as they envision. But guess what? There is a path to breakthroughs, and it starts with noticing some of the behaviors that are holding you back. And the number one mistake I see musicians make is not having a clear vision and not planning in a way that is tailored for them. Many musicians stumble because they lack a clear vision and a personalized plan to reach their goals. I wonder if that's you. And one of the ways you can see if that applies to you is if you feel uncertain about your musical goals or where to go next. Or maybe you can't see a clear path for your musical journey or your career. You struggle to set clear, achievable goals. You feel like you're on a generic path, not your own. Or you find it hard to organize practice or prioritize. And your practice habits are often inconsistent. You find it hard to stay motivated. If these sound familiar, this might mean that you could benefit from developing a clearer vision and a more tailored plan for yourself. So, tell me, have you asked yourself the difficult questions and reflected on what you want in detail? Do you clearly know what you want, or are you just following the beaten path? You need to have a vision tailored just for you. That's key. Without that, your progress is going to feel like driving with no GPS. It's kind of aimless. So it's crucial for you to craft a vision that's uniquely yours and that aligns with your aspirations. And once you have a clear vision, a tailored plan is just as important. Cookie cutter plans won't cut it. Generic or one-size-fits-all strategies fall short. And that's because they're not based on who you are. They're not in alignment with you. They're tough to sustain because they don't take your lifestyle, your circumstances, your personal tendencies and taste, your abilities, your strengths, your weaknesses, all of that into account. What you need is a plan that is based on your reality, not on make-believe. So try this if you need help establishing your vision and crafting your plan. First, reflect. Seriously, find a cozy spot, grab a quiet moment, and ask yourself the big questions. What exactly do I want in my musical journey? What experiences do I want to have? What do I want my career to look like? Where do I see myself living? What does my day look like in that life? Take the time to dive deep into your aspirations, your dreams, and your goals, and put all of this in writing. You want to craft a vision that's all about you. Think about how your journey aligns with your personality and your strengths and what gets you pumped up. And I'm telling you, don't hold back. This is your vision. Now, let's bring that vision to life. And to do this, you need to get real. You want to create a plan that's based on your reality. Again, no make-believe. So consider your lifestyle, your schedule, and what makes you tick. This is a plan that should fit you like a glove, not someone else. And don't forget that flexibility is key. Stay open to tweaks. Plans evolve, just like you. Adjustments are going to be needed as you progress. So stay flexible and adapt as you go. And finally, take action. It's go time. You want to implement your personalized plan step by step. Start small, then build momentum. Just keep showing up. Consistent action, even if it's tiny steps, will lead to big wins. And remember, this journey is about you. So embrace your uniqueness, craft your path, and keep moving forward. Now that you have a vision and a plan, get ready to walk into the practice room and get things rolling. This is where I see the second mistake take place. We're all full of good intentions, but when it comes to practicing, we have a lot of bad habits. Hate to break it to you. A lot of inefficient practice techniques. Often, we need more structure inside the practice session itself, because without structure, we're not efficient. There's a lot of unfocused effort and minimal improvement. Another issue is not knowing how learning happens or understanding the type of practice we should implement depending on the circumstances. We've all been there, right? Mindlessly repeating without focus or attention. When we do this, we delay proper learning, and we very often anchor bad habits and mistakes. Not surprisingly, that leads to plateaus and frustration. And here are some clues to recognize if inefficient practice techniques apply to you. Your practice sessions are missing structure and direction. Sometimes you feel aimless and inconsistent in the practice room. Or you don't feel much improvement even if you practice for hours. You find it hard to stay focused during your practice. You feel distracted and unproductive. Or you repeat things without thinking. Or you're not sure how to learn effectively or how to vary your practice. You feel stuck and frustrated with no progress. Or maybe you keep making the same mistakes and you're not sure how to fix them. So if any of these hit close to home, that could be a sign that you might benefit from better practice techniques and a more efficient structure. And many things can help with this. You might feel a huge difference in how effective you are in your work by simply taking a minute or two at the beginning of a session to establish clear intentions and decide on the strategy you want to adopt. I call that priming. And by the way, I have an entire episode on priming, and I have another episode on how to structure your practice. In episode 140, I give you the entire formula to build your practice session, so make sure to catch that one. Another solution for you is to increase your awareness level and develop your problem-solving mindset. This is something I work on a lot with my clients. Be mindful and present in your work. Practice with full concentration. Learn to prioritize efficiently and become very proactive when you're trying to solve problems or develop a new skill. And here's something you could try in your practice from today to experiment with this. Pick one passage that you want to learn or work on. Decide precisely how long you're going to spend on it. And then take a minute to assess this passage and to strategize. What's difficult about it? What is a good first approach? How could I improve it? What else could I try if that doesn't work? And as you practice, remain very attentive. As you progress on the passage, keep assessing and prioritizing between each repetition. One thing I always tell my clients is each repetition should bring either improvement or understanding. You should feel like it's getting better, or you should feel like you understood something new. So stay away from mindless repetition, from the endless looping. And as you wrap up each repetition, assess if you feel improvement. If not, what did you notice in this repetition? What do you think is the challenge? And prioritize where your attention goes in the next repetition. What should you try? What should you change? When you start to practice this way, progress happens. But great practice is not the only element for peak optimal performance. And here comes mistake number 3. That's one of the biggest mistakes I see musicians make, and that's to neglect performance preparation and mind management. Huge. And this is across the board, from amateur to the highest levels of professionals. As I teach it, optimal performance includes 3 pillars. Number 1, preparation. That's everything you do in your life to prepare for a performance. Of course, practicing, but that's not everything. There's listening, studying, taking care of your body, taking lessons, all of that. The second pillar is conditioning, and that is everything you do to acclimate yourself to performance. For example, mock performances, recording yourself, visualization, and adversity training. Finally, the third pillar is mind management. This one allows you to show up as your best self throughout the entire process, from start to finish. Understanding how you feel and what you're thinking so you can create the results you want. This is such an important pillar, and that's the one almost everybody neglects. People practice and practice and practice. And as the performance approaches, they practice more. But they don't condition and they don't manage their mind. Some of these start to get nervous, so they practice more. But they get more nervous because they don't feel adequately prepared for performance. So guess what they do? They practice more. But my friends, the magic is in the conditioning and the mind management. I can't say it enough. It's in the conditioning and mind management that all the elements that create an optimal performance come together for you. You need all 3 pillars. So if neglecting performance preparation and mind management is a challenge for you, these statements might sound familiar. Even after lots of practice, you don't feel ready or confident. You doubt yourself when the performance date gets closer. Your practice mainly focuses on playing, on technique, not mental readiness. You're not sure how your performance is going to go, even though you practice hard. And you feel anxious during performance, and you don't know how to change that. All right, we've identified some key areas. Let's focus on solutions. I promise you, by enhancing your performance preparation and practicing mindful mind management, you're going to be on the path to unlocking your full potential on stage. Begin to incorporate visualization and mental rehearsal, relaxation techniques, and mindfulness exercises in your life. Cultivate a positive performance mindset and watch the way you speak to yourself in the practice room. I already have so many episodes for you on those topics, from how to record yourself to how you should approach mock performances, what you can do about performance anxiety, how to master scary passages. So many great episodes for you. So I recommend you go back and revisit those episodes and reach out to me at mindoverfinger@gmail.com if you'd like some recommendations. Of course, I'm not going to refer you to these and just walk away. Here's something concrete and applicable that you can try today. During your next session, once you're warmed up and ready to go, pick one passage you would like to put to the test and perform. You make sure everything is set up and ready to go. Grab your phone, hit record, then walk out of the room. Leave and close the door if there's one. And what I want you to try is to stay out there for a moment and take a few deep breaths. Get ready for your performance. Imagine the audience in the room listening to you. Who are they? What are they thinking? Then, set your intention for your performance. What are you going to be thinking about as you're playing? How do you want to feel as you play? Decide precisely which emotion you want to experience as you're playing. Then, take a few more deep breaths and walk in. Step on stage, get ready, and perform the passage. When you're done, bow and walk out. And I'm not kidding. Even if it's only 2 lines, I want you to perform like this is your Carnegie Hall debut. And I want you to bow as if 3,000 people are giving you a standing ovation. And that's it. If you want, you can take a moment to reflect and assess. Grab a notebook, take some notes on what the experience was like. You can listen back and take even more notes. But you also don't have to do any of these things. Simply the act of performing like what you just did is beneficial for you. For sure, assessing and taking notes is going to bring even more benefits. But if the idea of doing that prevents you from recording in the first place, it's not going to work. So simply set the intention of performing and recording without going back to listen if you don't feel like it. And this is one of the many, many ways you can create conditioning and mind management experiences in your life right now. So today, we dove into 3 core mistakes affecting your performance. Now, what if you could feel free and feel able to play with absolute confidence, experience joy in performance, and get the results you want on stage? Well, that's exactly what this Black Friday Peak Performance Bundle offers. For you, I've put together an amazing success toolkit. We start with my proven online course, Practicing for Peak Performance. PPP is meticulously designed to give you the results you've been looking for. And normally it's $297, but you can get it now for 25% off. Inside Practicing for Performance, you get a complete step-by-step plan to full performance preparation, including all the tools and techniques you need to address all these pillars of optimal performance. You're going to skyrocket your practice, your conditioning, and your mindset so you can get the gig and win the audition. This is your opportunity to grab this transformative program at an exclusive rate. So take advantage of this limited time offer and leap into the new year equipped with the power to amplify your practice, your performance, and your overall music journey. And here comes the rest of the bundle. When you purchase Practicing for Peak Performance by November 30th, 2023, you get 25% off the regular price. You get access to a live online group coaching session with me where you're going to get the specific solutions you need. And you get for free my tried and true workshop, The Performance Anxiety Solution, which is going to have you go from fearful to powerful on stage. So head over to mindoverfinger.com/PPP now and use the code Black Friday at checkout to unlock this incredible deal and kickstart your transformation. So to recap, with this exclusive Black Friday Peak Performance Bundle, you're not just getting a course or a workshop. You're getting the recipe to master all 3 pillars of peak performance. You're gaining access to a transformative solution that tackles the core challenges most musicians face. Picture this: no more lack of vision, no more inefficient practice or shaky preparation, and no more unnecessary stress and worry. You're going to have a personalized plan to sharpen your vision and tailor your practice strategies, efficient techniques to maximize your practice time and get optimal improvement, and powerful mind management tools to conquer performance anxiety. The Peak Performance Bundle is a comprehensive toolkit strategically curated to propel you toward unshakable confidence. But it's only available until November 30th for this low price. So don't wait. Go to mindoverfinger.com/PPP right now and take advantage of this special bundle when you use the code Black Friday at checkout. I'm going to have all of these links in the show notes for you. And if you already have practicing for peak performance, well, thank you for your confidence in me. I did not forget you. If you're ready for the next level, grab the Performance Anxiety Solution Workshop for 50% off until November 30th when you use the code Black Friday at checkout. And you'll find this at mindoverfinger.com/PAS. And if you're listening to the replay in the future, these resources are still available at a fantastic value at mindoverfinger.com. So, this is what I have for you today. Experiment with the strategies I offered you in the episode and grab your special Mind Over Finger Peak Performance Bundle at mindoverfinger.com/PPP today. Until next time, I send you much love and à bientôt.